What is happening? Are we live? Are we not? Are we live? Okay. So I finally saw it on my phone. Before that, I have actually no idea whether or not we were live or not. So we have a little bit of a different setup today. Obviously, it's different in what we're doing, but it's also different in how it is set up. So first things first, since you, dear wonderful people, are my guinea pigs, please let me know if you can hear me, if you can see both me and my desktop. So, okay, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Okay, so I have like a whole new setup. It's been a lot with the technologies because you guys know I struggle with the technologies. But I think I finally have something worked out. So I don't think we need to see my face. But this option does have a little option for a like a little picture in picture. Let me know how you feel about that option, or if you're like, nah, I don't need to see your face, girl. Just show me the desk. Also totally fine. My feelings will not be hurt. It actually will also mean that I probably do not have to like do my hair for any future lives. You guys are the best. The best, the best, the best. I'm like reading your chats. Nana said, I missed you again. Girl, you didn't miss me. You're here. We're just starting. Okay. All right. Wonderful. Okay. So let's talk about, this is so different for me. But that's okay because we're making it through. Last night I was bringing in groceries, like sobbing over my technology. Today is a new day. We're just working through it. Okay. So today we are working with, let me pull these out over here. The holiday release from Pretty Pink Posh. So I have done, this was a video that I did on my own channel where we used the gingerbread man and the little trains and the bells, and we made like a little overpass, which was super cute. I feel like maybe I would have liked to do this as a night scene, but I did it as a day scene. We can always come back to it. That's the beauty of stamps. Like you can just reuse them 100 million times. And then this one I did with the little gingerbread holder. And then it also has an add-on so that you can, you know, come up with all sorts of kind of different things that he or she, in my case, because she has a little bow, can be holding. So, and then they did like this little stripedy stencil, which I'm so glad because I used to have one of these that was like a little like diagonal stripedy. And then I can't remember whose it was, but that company went out of business and I was like super sad. So I'm so glad to have them back because it's so good. So today we are going to be doing something a little bit different. And then because you guys are also my guinea pigs in doing the like the science experiment with the videos, that my intention is with these live videos is to then edit them down to, you know, a regular size video because that seemed to be what everybody enjoyed the most. So, okay. Oh my gosh, I'm on your TV. I'm nice and big on your TV. No pressure. Okay. All right, so I'm going to use this Argyle pierced plate. I have done some prep work because you guys know that I typically do take a long time. So I have done it. It's harder to see the holes that are cut out in the navy. It's much easier to see that it like actually cuts out all of the little Argyle holes in the white. So I did the blue because you guys know blue is my boyfriend. I love him. This one I figure if I don't like the white, then I can just ink blend it. So that's why I went with that. And then this one is that same, these little gingerbread guys, which are totally adorable. I'm going to use this for the sentiment though. Either the Sweet Merry Wishes or Have a Sweet Christmas. I'm not 100% sure yet. We'll see how the layout rolls. And then this, I super love this set because I have a lot of hobbies. And one of them, which I like just had growing up with my wonderful mother, is baking. I enjoy baking cakes, desserts. Like I'm not very good at cookies, to be honest. But anyway, so this is a Christmas cake pop set, and it has like the bases, and then it has all these little decorations, and then you can dress them up like reindeers, you can dress them up like a little snowman, just with the little bows or just adding little stars. Totally adorable. And Brandon, you feel like me? How do you feel like me? Finishing up your son's B-Day card. I'm trying to figure out how you feel like me. Tell me. I want to know. And then, so this one is the gingerbread mugs. So basically, this cuts the little gingerbreads, guys, and then it has all of these little add-ons like marshmallows and whipped cream and stuff so that you can turn them into mugs. The thing that is really cool about this one is it has the gingerbread mug, but then it has its mirror image for all of them. So this handle, when you flip it over, is to the left. This handle, when you cut it out, is to the right. This I was going to say cotton candy, but that's not the right word. This candy cane, when you cut it, faces to the left. This one, when you cut it, faces to the right. So like all different elements, but it is enough that you can do two at one time, which I love. Running behind. Oh, Brandon, that story of my life, sir. If when my time comes and Lord Jesus calls me home, if my funeral starts on time, it will be only because my husband made it so. I will have had nothing to do with that. So I did just do my die cutting, my pre-die cutting, because you guys know that I'm a color, because it's what makes my heart happy. So I everybody's different, but I'm gonna color. So the only thing that I did here is I find, because I did it on this one here. See how this one has two smaller candy canes? These are not the same, by the way. This is from the add-on set. Hi Jeanette, and welcome everyone. Thank you guys so much for being here. Like, time is such a precious commodity, and I just really appreciate you. But anyway, so when you cut the candy canes, then these little pieces are your stripes. And I did struggle a little bit when I die cut both of those, and I just threw everything in the same cup to figure out which part went to which part. And since we are live and, we're trying to make sure that our time is good, I did not want to have to struggle with that. So I put it in a different cup. Okay. Oh, look at Mary. Yeah, it is quite the upgrade. This is, I'm going to be honest with you guys. This is how it was supposed to be from the beginning. But then we just ran into issues. Like Kelly Cahoot, who was, for Honeybee, like she was supposed to help with the setup, and she was they had a lot going on with the 10-year anniversary, and like at the time my mom was in hospice, so I clearly was not in the right frame of mind to be setting anything up. But I am super glad to have it done now, and I'm going to be honest with every single one of you. The only reason why that I am able to do any of this is because my husband, like, he's the real MVP. I'm not even kidding you. He spent so much time trying to get my things set up for me because he knows that it is a struggle for me. So he spent like his whole Sunday, like, just doing all of my things and getting them set up. And then last night, like when I ran into some issues, even though it was like well past his bedtime, like he was like trying to troubleshoot for me. And like he's totally, when you are picking a married partner, and obviously I've done this twice, and I knew like you needed to, everybody always tells you marriage is hard, and like but they don't tell you what kind of hard it is. It's different. But I learned very quickly that one of the things that you must pay attention to in marriage is, like, this is going to be the person you are in the trenches taking grenades with. Like, this person is going to not just, possibly be the person who helps you raise your kids. This is going to be the person who, here I am, ushers you through the death of your parents. This is going to be the person who is just there to support you. So, like, when you are picking, you better pay attention to what you're picking for, because the, like, materialistic or, like, those very fleeting things, or like a lot of people are super into looks. I happen to think my husband's very handsome, but somebody else might not, or he happens to think that I'm very pretty, and some people might not. But it doesn't matter, because I'm not going to look like the day he married me ever again. Like, I'm only going to get older. So, yeah, he's wonderful. Okay. So these I only need one face, but I cut two because I learned that lesson from Dawn. Like, if you're going to be die cutting and you have little teeny tiny bits, go on and cut two of them, because you're going to lose them and you'll be mad about it. All right. So here's one of the other fun things with this new tech setup, which this one actually my husband did not set up. My son did. My son set up for me is I have this newfangled remote, because I'm using a different camera, and I totally hit the jackpot with there. So that's 100% true. So now, wait, hold on. I got to remember which button it is. Is it this one? Look at going down. Look, we can zoom in. You guys, this is amazing. Oh, Paulina's here. Hi, Paulina. We're just getting started with our coloring. So, okay, so here I'm going to start with my little gingerbread mug. And this piece is the cup that goes on top of it. And I'm just going to lay this here, and that's going to help me see where the shadows need to be for where the handle is attaching. So I have picked my gingerbread colors. It is the E30s family. So let me grab those out. These are much warmer browns. And when I say warmer browns, what I mean is, oh, Nana, see, that's wonderful. Your husband's wonderful too. I'm glad you have a wonderful husband. Okay, so when I say I have a warmer brown, this brown has more red in it. That is what I mean by it's a warmer brown. Versus, hold on, stay with me. I gotta grab them up out of this pile. 47 and 49. Okay, this one, which we're going to use for our truffle later on, which is an E40s family. This one I have in the chow. But this one is a cooler brown, meaning it has more blue. So you can see them like next to each other. So this is going to be our gingerbread color. This we're going to use later for our other truffles. Okay. Oh, Lori made it. Hi, Lori. Okay. So when I like to mark these, I'll try to leave my caps down, guys, I promise. I do like to mark these with my lightest color. And so I'm just going to do a little line right next to it. So I know that that's where I want to add my shadows of my coloring. And then I'm going to switch to my darkest color. Okay. So now we're going to look at our, oh, I forgot about that one. That's my bad. This is where our little cup is open here. So we need to mark that as well. Just going to hold that in place and just go right next to that. I did get a little bit on it. I'm not worried about it because the color I'm going to color this is darker than the color of this. Okay, so Thank you for the Copa card you just did. You guys, oh yeah, that one I really enjoyed coloring that, and I do think that those style of images are very, very helpful. All right, so here, this is the rim of our cup. I know it's hard to think about it as a cup because it's a gingerbread, but this is the rim of our cup, and then here is where our handle is coming in. So then after that, we're going to look at it. So here where his neck is coming in, there's going to be some shadows there because it's just naturally narrower. Then from the underneath, because if you have a light source, it's going to catch the top of something, not the bottom. So we're going to kind of flick up from there. And then here again, if you have, so your little, this are little tiny gingerbread legs, when your legs are, they're closer together, you know, you have the outsides that's going to catch more light. So then here, we're going to come up from the bottom and then into the middle. And that is going to be where we add our darkest shadows. Lori, this is the new holiday release from Pretty Pink Posh, which I feel like I should, well, I guess we're zoomed in so you can't see them, but I did these ones we showed in the beginning. This one has a video that I can link to in the, I might have already done that. I might have already linked to that in the description because there is a video hop, and actually you have, I believe, until the 24th to enter for the Instagram hop and the video hop. So if you haven't seen that video, you can hop on over there and get involved in the video hop and have a chance to win. She's doing a gift card for every step on the hop. Okay, so here I just connected that. And again, we're going to go over our darkest color and extend that up. Same thing with down here. This is our dark mid-tone. So remember, our mid-tones is what we see the most of. And then I'm also going to connect these little guys on the outside. Okay. And maybe do just a little bit down the shoulder. Okay. And then the 35. So still, it's important that we follow the shape. So we're still kind of rounding those strokes there. That middle part of the face is going to be the lightest part. Blend these little guys together. Bring that down. Blend these little guys together. It's looking very gingerbready. Okay. And then we'll just have those little areas to fill in with that E33. And again, we're just going to go over everything because the more ink we have down, the better our blend is. So we want to make sure that we're kind of covering the color that came before us as well. And then you can also like have a little bit of fun with this if you wanted to, you know, like add some texture. So this is the 37. This is the dark mid-tone. Like you could do some little dots here up and give him some like little gingerbread cookie texture. Maybe like some little, it almost looks like freckles on his little face. All right. And then, you know, we got to make everything matchy-matchy because I got a real problem. Okay. Brandon has really, really come into his own. His cards are so good. I, because of my position, have gotten to see some sneaky peeks of some upcoming of his cards, and they're fantastic. All right, so here's our little gingerbread guy. The face that I have for him, I've cut out of black. Same thing with his buttons. So I'm not going to do anything with that, but I am going to give him just a little bit of a pink cheek, and I'm going to use an R32 for that. So I'm just going to give him like some little rosy cheeks because I think that's adorable. Could just be me. So then for that, then we're going to move on to coloring the coffee portion and then the handle. And then that way I'll be able to add those colors to this so that you can't see the white in between. Okay. So for the coffee, I'm going to go with, I think, the 50s family. You know, because if it's my coffee, you know, it's super light. It's super light. I do. So did everybody bring a beverage? See, I have, like, here's mine right here. I brought my coffee to hang out with you guys. So, Eleanor, he has not shared them yet. They are upcoming cards. I just get behind the scenes sneaky peeks. Okay, 53. Here it is. And I don't know if my 57 is going to work or not. So I was rushing. Let me just show you what I got going on here. This is backwards. So I was rushing to take pictures the other day, and I left this one uncapped. That was totally my mistake. So we'll see if it works because I refilled it, but it was a little, yeah, see, it's a little sticky now. Maybe we can move past it. Maybe I got to replace the nib. We'll see. So I'm just going to add a little bit of darkness on the left and the right hand side. Because remember, we're viewing it a little skewed, like, because we're viewing the mug straight on. So you're not going to see all of the coffee. So it'll just be a little bit darker on the side. Okay. And then the 55, going to be our main color, which, as you saw, matches my coffee pretty closely. And then our lightest color will be the 53. Okay. So that's going to be our coffee. The same but different. Like, it's still brown, but it's obviously not the same brown. And then for the handle, for some reason, I keep going back to red. I keep feeling like a red. So that's what I'm going to do. Oh, Chris, you're listening as you work. That's fun. A little crafty chat. Don't mind this. It's an R29. Oh, Chris, I am also a sucker for mugs. Like, I just love a mug. I can't help it. All right. So this is going to sit like this. So it's the inside edge, remember, that's going to be darker. Where 2 points meet, that's where we have shadows. And then how this curves in, we're definitely going to have some shadows on the inside. And then again, where it's meeting the other half of, or the bottom half of the mug. Okay. Candy cane stripes would be fun, Brandon. But I feel like I'm going to have so much going on in this card because of all the little elements. You guys know I can't resist all of the elements. I got to make a scene. I got to put them all together. I can't help it. All right. So again, we see the most of our midtones. So I'm going to take this all the way up. I'm going to leave this lightest edge on the roundest part and blend that in. So and then blend that. And now we have a little red handle on our mug. He's very adorable. So let me go in now and I'm going to color this. So we won't see any of that white peeking through as we put them together. And I'm going to color just the edges. You don't have to get the whole thing because we're going to glue right over top of it, but you just want to get the edges so that that white isn't peeking through. Okay, so I am going to put him together real quick because we have all the pieces parts out here. So I'm going to do that. You know, I need my tweezers. I thought, honestly, who was I even when I thought that I could craft without tweezers? Come out. Got a little bit of static cling. All right. So. Oh, Mary. Hi, Mary. Are you not at school today, Mary? So, Mary, I actually, before I knew her online, I met her in real life. She came to one of my classes that I taught. Okay. This thing is so stinking cute. All right. Gonna put our little coffee down. And then sometimes, like here, I can see that there is just a little bit of a gap where I didn't get it all the way over, which is fine. No big deal. Just going to go back in, go right up next to it and fill that in. Oh, you just got home. That makes sense. Oh, yeah, because it's after 3. Girl, I'm used to doing these lives at 1. It's after 3. Okay. All right. So then now we're going to do our... Oh, I got to put his eyeballs on. What am I doing? What am I even doing? All right. Eyeballs. Eyeball. No, little mouth. Look at, he's got a little glue. he's got a little glue smile. Okay. You can also, I'm not sure if you can tell in the package or not, but so the faces are actually one die. So you can just line them up over your mug when you're die cutting it, and it'll die cut them right out of your little gingerbread guy. And then we do need buttons. Buttons. I have a bow tie for him, so I need to make sure. Look at how darling that is. Oh, that's so cute. Sarah, I am still going live tomorrow, but it will actually only be in the evening because we are having the release party. So I will only be live in the evening. All right, so then let's color this up real quick. I think I'm going to go with a green bow tie, just because 'tis the season and all that jazz. I'm going to go with a more traditional green versus a yellow green. Oh my goodness, from Ireland. How exciting. Well, thank you for coming. All right. So here it's one piece, but I want to color it to look like it has a little bit of dimension. So I'm going to add shadows around that little middle, and then I'm going to flick out from there. 3 little flicks. And then I'll go right back over that. I'll take it all the way out. And then to the bottom here. And then my lightest color will just go right over the whole thing and into the middle. So just where we added the shadows gives our little bow, well, our little bow tie, a lot of dimension. I loved, so obviously if you watch my channel, you guys know I have a son and a daughter, and I came from a household with 3, there were 3 girls, God bless my father, and so I had my little boy, my little peanut butter, and I was so enthralled with their little boy clothes. Like, I never bought so many bow ties in my whole life. Like, he was so, so cute. So here, this is actually to turn your little guys into a snowman. Oh, you can't even see it. What am I doing? To turn your little guys into a snowman, your little cake pop. But if you didn't want to do this as a, like, you see the coffee mug, this actually fits right up here, so that you could make him like a little, top hat gingerbread mug. Or this one, which is part of the add-on for the gingerbread placeholder, you could use the Santa hat there for the same thing, to switch it up and get even more from that. Hi, Joanne. So that's just something to keep in mind. That's really the sole purpose of why I die cut that. I'm not even kidding. I'm not even kidding you. All right, so now we're going to do because these are also red, so I might as well get them done while we're here. I just have to get them in the right orientation. So this is excuse me, sir. This is the bottom. And then I think it's this one, and then this one. Now we're starting to get onto the loop. Nope. Flip it around there. Nope. That one. This one up top. It's like do you guys like doing puzzles? I always like doing puzzles. All right, just like that. Okay. My mother, my wonderful mother, loved games. My grandmother loved games. They sent that down to me. So I enjoy them. I remember like the first vacation Eric and I ever went on, like a family vacation. I went and bought like the 4-pack of Thomas Kincaid puzzles and brought it with me, and I literally did all 4 puzzles while we were on vacation. I just left them on the coffee table, and so when everybody else was watching TV, like, we'd be picking at the puzzle. We'd be picking at the puzzles. All right, so this I think is going to go up here. This is over here, and I think you are down here. Does that look right? Here, here, here. Yes. Okay. So for the time being, I'm going to scoot these over so that I can color these red. I am not going to be a crazy person in coloring all of these little things, multiple tones. I'm just going to do the inside edge with the darker, and then everything else I'm going to fill in with the, I got to get the bottom too. I'm just going to fill in with the R29, because for the most part, we're not going to see much of this. So it's really not worth spending the time. But you absolutely could, color these multiples. Oh, see, look at how many of you guys like puzzles. I love puzzles. I love games in general, and I I love video games. I love board games, card games. I don't know that I've ever found a style of game where I'm like, that's not for me. Well, no, I shouldn't say that. Sports. That kind of game is not for me. Not for this girl. So, okay, there's that. And I know they're not super blended, but I'm not overly worried about it because I do plan to put glitter on them, because who am I even if I don't put glitter on my candy canes? All right. Boop, boop, boop. I'm hoping to keep this live to about an hour. I know that I tend to go over, but I'm trying my best. All right. So I have to clean this up, because otherwise because I'm working on a non-porous surface, if I try to color this part, like my white parts white, I will pick up that red and I will ruin it. Okay. Your 86-year-old mother does puzzles to keep her mind sharp. I love that. Graham played games. We used to buy her the like the wooden puzzles where you had to like work them to, open the compartments from each other. And she was in her 90s and was still doing them puzzles. She loved to, we called it piddling. She loved to just piddle with stuff. Here it is. Okay. I'm just going to put a little bit of stamp cleaner on there so I can get in here and wipe this up. I think so far we're doing pretty good as far as time goes. Oh, Brandon's super competitive. I'm not. I just like I'm the same way, I guess, with crafting. Like, I just enjoy the process. Like, I have to clean my fingers so that I don't get red onto. Oh, look, I've colored my fingernail. That'll be fun when I take Jelly Bean to dance class. I'll have this one. I've given myself a fancy French manicure, but only with red. Okay. So that's that. So now that is cleaned up. Is it all cleaned up? Now that is cleaned up, we're going to start doing our white. You can absolutely pick different kind of a white that you want. For these, I am going to go with a cool gray to color my candy canes white. Oh, look, Dawn's here. Oh, it's been that long since you've watched. So she is going to be 4 in November. She's going to be 4, my baby. Okay, so cool grays is how we're coloring this. My grandmother was German and we had to buy imported German magazines so she could do her crossword. I love that. I love that. That's so nice that you guys went out of your way to make sure that she could have her crossword. All right. So again, same way we colored those, we're going to do the dark on the inside. I know that it looks gray. Hang tight with me. Hang tight with me. All right. Yeah, Dawn did a live last week too. It's her first one in a while, and it was amazing. All right. Going over that with 3. And remember, when we're adding shadow, when we're coloring things white, all we're doing is adding shadows. So we want to leave white in there. So I'm going to go over this edge right here and blend that out. Oh, see, look at, thankfully, thankfully we have that one to cover up, but I took it right off of here. This is why I told you guys, you gotta, even though I cleaned, I got it on my fingertips. Okay. So it's easy. The reason I'm doing the whole candy cane this way is because it is easier to blend this whole thing white than to try to color, glue them together and try to color each individual one. It ain't worth it. All right, now. Yes, Dawn, it is Pretty Pink Posh. We're making this cute little gingerbread mug. All right. Glue. So there's that one. Oh, I dropped them. Oh no. Good thing I have like 65 pairs. Where did they go? Got them. Okay. And then we need like the 2 flat ones. That's these, I think. Yep. So they go right in between those little dotted lines. Makes it very easy to see where they need to go. Sometimes I do find it's easier to line them up if I hold them in my hand. All right, there we go. And then this one. Oh, well, I hope that you can use some card making ideas for your journals. We do a lot of different techniques, so it doesn't have to just apply to card making. Okay. And then we're down. Let me double check this. Yeah, this one goes over here. Sure does. Okay. Okay. So my intent was to like put one little candy cane like inside my mug. You know what I'm saying? With the marshmallows. I thought that would be cute. That's why I have two. And then the other one I will lay down with my little chocolate cup. What am I doing? This way is easier. This way is easier. So that I have my little chocolate treats. So interestingly enough that Dawn is in here because Dawn and I have talked about for years, like doing a live together. And now that I have my fancy new technology, I think that now we can. Wouldn't that be fun? But Dawn and I would have to do like a Crafters After Dark series because if we're together, there's trouble. So that us together might not be for everybody. Oh. Okay, there we go. And then this one, and this one, thankfully. What is my fancy? So I got a switcher, Dawn, and I ceiling mounted, well, I didn't, my husband did, my wonderful husband did, ceiling mounted my camera. So now my camera is out of my way. And then I also have a newfangled remote so that I can zoom in because I am streaming with my Vixia instead of my phone. So yeah, I can tell you what I have, but if you need to know how to work it, you'll have to talk to Eric. Yes, I did get a Stream Deck. It is the Atom Mini Pro from Blackmagic. Okay. All right. I'm using OBS to stream with crafty friends. I am using Restream because StreamYard itself does not have the capability of zooming in. And before I was doing like getting all of this set up, I knew I wanted to have one where I was going to be able to zoom in. So I had already committed to that one and paid that bill. Okay, so now here are my marshmallows. This is my icing. This is also a marshmallow, and then the whipped cream. I'm going to do chocolate on chocolate here. This part needs to be white. This I thought, okay, so this is like, you can use this to do your gingerbreads like this, like with the little curly cues, or you can do your little gingerbreads. I am not using a capture card. Or you can do it like this. Like on this one, I did the little squigglies. So I like either one of these is cute, but actually I cut these because I thought that maybe I could, no, wrong way, this way. I thought that maybe I could decorate my little chocolate covered marshmallow with these little guys here. I thought that would be cute. So I am going to use these and I'm going to color them first. So everything here is white. I'm going to do the whipped cream. Cool. Cool? No. Warm. Warm. Cool. Cool. Cool, cool. Warm, warm. Okay. Sorry. Decisions needed to be made. All right. So this is our cool. I'm going to, hi, Marie. I am going to line this up on here again because we want to only add the shadows because we are doing this a cool gray. We're just going to mark it with that C1. This is going to be colored like chocolate. So I'm definitely not worried about getting my little C1 on the edge because you most certainly will not see it. All right. So for this one, we're going to use that same cool colors that we used for our candy canes. So I'm going to go in here up where it is the darkest, like where these little peaks are. I'm going to add that C5. And then I'm going to do the C. I have a bad habit of holding them. I apologize. Then I'm going to do the C3 for the whole thing all the way around. And maybe just a little bit on the bottom. And then the C1. Marie, it has been dreary here. Today is the first day that we didn't have rain in the afternoon. It's actually, well, and as I say that, I just turned around and looked outside and there's a great big gray cloud. So apparently it will start raining any minute now. All right, so that looks crazy right now, but once we do the chocolate and get that on there, it will read as more white. Okay, it is a little bit chilly, which is also why I have my little wrap on. Okay, so then for these, I'm just going to, just for consistency's sake, because I don't know exactly what I'm going to do with them yet, I am going to add a little shadow, like for 3 of them down and to the left, and for 3 of them down and to the right. So that way, when we position them, we'll have a little bit of option. So we're just doing like a little triangle. And then we'll go with our C3. And again, we want to go right over that 5 and extend it out. I am trying to leave a little bit of a gap between the edge and where our little shadow is. Excuse me, sir. Thank you. Okay. And then the C1. And again, we're leaving quite a bit of it white. We're just adding a little bit of shadow. I am going to get that gap at the bottom with the C1 and then just kind of extend it out a little bit. And hopefully, hopefully I won't get any red on, just as I said that, look at, I got pink on there, which automatically makes me think of Steel Magnolias. Anyone else? My colors are blush and bashful. Girl, your colors are pink and pink. Okay. So there's our little marshmallows, both cool. Some of them are red. we're gonna make it work. Oh, Lord. Okay. Now we're going to switch to warm grays. So I'm going to stick with the same spread of the 1, the 3, and the 5. And we're going to get a little sip of coffee. Oh, it's nearly time for bed for you. Dude, I was on the struggle bus last night with my little one. Okay, so I'm going to add shadows into here. I know that it looks like just kind of stripedy at the moment, but I want them to have a little bit of dimension, like they're kind of raised up off our little guy. So I'm just doing those little diagonals. Oh yeah, Steel Magnolias is a tearjerker for sure. But I do love Sally Field. Okay. And then right over top of that with the C3, notice we're going over top of it, but we're not spreading it out a lot because we need it to stay white. Okay. I want to make sure we get that it kind of extended out on both sides to help it blend. Okay, so there's that, and that will go on our little guy. And now we're going to do the whipped creams. Oh, thank you very much. I'm so bad about, very kindly, Blonde Cards asked that you click the thumbs up button. It's free and it helps with the algorithm. That is 100% true. I am terrible about like the whole like and subscribe. I struggle with it. All right, so here I'm going to do a little bit of darkness. So it looks like this peak is nice and high. And then I'm going to follow this line on this side. Same thing down here. I'm going to follow this line, but on the right-hand side. For the bottom, I'm just going to do a little bit over here and kind of extend out that corner. And then we'll do the 3. Go back over that. Again, we're sticking to the right-hand side of that line. And we can kind of bring it up a little bit for the area that's like rounded. And then same thing here. We're going to go over that, extend it out. And then down to the W1. Okay. And this one, we're not extending out too much. We're really just kind of using it to blend into the white. So there's our little whipped cream. Our little whipped cream. It's so cute. It looks like he's got little whipped cream hair. Oh my gosh, that's darling. I love that. I'm going to color the second one so that I can use it as a decoration on my little truffle over here. I thought that would be cute. Okay, so let's get this other one knocked out real quick. Same thing. And then I think we're going to move on to the chocolate portion. And, oh, Brandon, you were able to get his card done? Brandon's been working on his son's birthday card. And I can 100% relate because I obviously make my kids' birthday cards, but like I try to make them in the theme, and I just want them to be really special and fun because they're for my children. So I do tend to take even longer when I'm doing that. All right, this is going to be, remember the decoration for this. This is going to be chocolate. This is going to be chocolate. So all of these items are chocolate. I am going to glue these on real quick just so they don't get away from me. There we go. And I'm going to dot that. Oh, just knocked my glue over. Okay. Oh, too high. There we go. Pardon me. You need whipped cream lessons, Lori? Well, I will be taking this live and editing it down into a more practical 30 minutes. So also, because I love mugs, I've colored a lot of whipped cream. So you could probably find it in another video too, if you wanted to watch something different. Okay. And this. Last little leg. Oh, stay down there, sir. Okay. All right. He is so cute. Okay. So now let's get on to our browns. We're going to do this part that, remember we talked about the cool browns? That's what we're going to do for that. So this one, and where did I put the 44? There it is. Okay. So we're going to do the same thing we did over here. I'm going to lay this down so I can see where I want my shadows to be. Scoot you over a little bit. There we go. And I will take my lightest color. So this is what we're using here. And I'm going to mark it with my lightest color. Doesn't have to be perfect. We just need to be in the wheelhouse of where we need to put our darkest shading. That's all. Okay. Oh, look, you guys are talking about like local plans. I love that. Is that festival something that is popular in Ireland? I'm very intrigued. Okay. So I love a truffle. They are delicious. Okay. There's the 57 or the 47 and then the 44. We'll go over all of it. Okay. So there's our, make sure you get that edge so we don't have any white showing through. And then we're going to do the 20s family for our chocolate, because honestly, it just makes sense. By the names of them, like 27 is a milk chocolate, 25 is cocoa, I think. So it's just, yeah, it's just a chocolatey color combination. So I'm going to do both of these in chocolate. So, you know what? This is one of the ones that I am going to start with my lightest color. So here's the thing, okay? When we're going in here, we want to leave a gap. We want to leave a gap, okay? Same thing with this one. It looks crazy, but that edge is going to help us to look more dimensional. All right, now that I've kind of laid out what it needs to look like. Oh, Caitlin made it. Happy Tuesday. So now that I have a better idea of where these shadows need to go, I'm going to go right over what I just did with my lightest color with my darkest. Okay, and then I'm going to flick that up just a little bit and kind of around the side as well. And then 27, going to go over that. And again, we're going to extend up. Make sure that this is a nice line, still leaving that little bit. And then the 25, which is where I will fill in this full bit down here at the bottom. See, having that little bit of color helps us to have just a little bit more dimension. And then you can also, oh, yes, Brandon, it absolutely does need to be re-inked. So I'm going to get this top part, and then this part right here is going to be where my highlight is. Well, okay, somebody remind me. What was I just saying? Okay. Okay, this is going to be our lids. Oh, with the white gel pen. You can leave a gap down there for the shine, or you could just use a gel pen. Okay, so we're going to check that. That is looking like a cute little chocolate covered truffle. So I'm going to, nope, I should probably use a slightly darker color. I'm going to get that around the edge. So that's not an issue. And then I did see it looked like there was a little bit of a gap here. So I'm just going to take this darkest color and just kind of move that up. So that way there is no gap. Cute, cute little truffle. Okay, now we're going to do the same thing over here with this one. Okay. Thank you, Brandon, for trying to keep me on track. You're a pal. I appreciate that. Okay. 27. And again around here to the 25. Lunch is over busy today with lives. Oh, really? Are there a lot of people going live? I literally chose today so that I could use my new technology. Like, I wanted to make sure that everything was good to go and worked. The game plan going forward is to try to do more lives like this. How do you guys feel about that? Oh, bye, Brandon. We'll see you tomorrow. Okay. Okay, there's our chocolate there on top of our chocolate marshmallow, which I can tell you that I have purchased for my child, and they are delicious. All right, so that is that there. And then I'm going to do actually the browns that I did for the, because this one will have the little whipped cream on it. Isn't that so, it's so cute. So these ones I'm going to use to decorate this, and I'm going to use the coffee colored browns. I want it to be light, a little bit lighter. I don't want it to be too dark. Where are you? Okay, there we go. All right. You are 100% correct. It will get glittered and all the things. So I think I only need 2 of these to do. Yeah, I only need 2 to do my little decoration. Okay. Love watching lives. Maybe some crafting with friends when live. Oh, that's an interesting concept. Crafting with friends. Let me talk about what I'm doing here. So here we need one to be below and one to be on top. It doesn't matter which one. Just make sure you're consistent. So I'm going to add shading to the left and the right hand side, and automatically that puts this loop on top. I'm going to do the same thing over here. This is the one that I left out. So now we have the little loop-de-loop, and it looks like one is laying on top of the other. I'm going to do same thing here and here, here and here. My new setup is making me happy because it's actually working. Maybe you were not in here earlier when I said that I was literally like just sobbing, bringing in my groceries because last night it would not work, and I was just super overwhelmed with all of the things. Okay, so I'm extending that out and blending that in. Okay. So we're going to extend that out and then blend this part in. And then that top piece of the loop will be the lightest color. There we go. So maybe it's like a little caramel drizzle. It's pretty light, but I think that's okay. You can always do it. Maybe, this is the 33. This is a little bit warmer to maybe make it look a little bit more caramely colored. Yeah, I do like that. Who wouldn't want to eat a chocolate covered marshmallow with caramel drizzles on it? I would. Okay. So there's that. And then these, I am going to glue these together. And then I think we're doing pretty good. Like when it comes to time, because you guys know, if you've watched my lives in the past, I am like 100 years, which maybe that's, for those of us who like to kind of sit and chat and stuff. Maybe that's something that I can do, maybe like once a month or whatever. Like maybe we just pick a day where we're going to spend, a few hours just crafting and chatting together. I know on my platform, on Restream, I think I can add up to like 10 people. So it would be like a little Zoom call where everybody could see each other and we could all chit chat. But I can only do up to 10 at a time. So, all right, there's that. And then I'm overlapping them there in the middle. Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should. No, I'm going to overlap them. Because then it just that's fine. And I'll just trim this part off. Because I'm using it differently than it's intended to be used, like I do with everything that I buy. With all of my things. Okay, so I think that one's very cute. It's got its little decoration on it. Let's get this little guy decorated up here. Oh, hot chocolate with all the things. That's a great idea. We introduced my little jelly bean to hot chocolate last year. We went outside and I can't even say it was tubing because we were in a tube. Not me. My daughter was in a tube, and basically my husband and I just took turns pulling her around the front yard. So it was cold and exhausting. But nonetheless, we when she came in, I made her some hot chocolate with extra marshmallows, of course. All right, so then I'm going to put the whipped cream on this one, which I think is so cute. Very cute, very cute. And now we have to use the whipped cream hair, like 100%. There's no choice there. And then maybe the little candy cane sticking out of there. I think that's cute. And then we'll do one that kind of lays down here. And then we have these little marshmallows. So the marshmallows, I would think they would go in front. Don't you think? They would go in front. A couple of little marshmallows. Trying to use the non-pink ones. All right. I am going to zoom back out. Maybe. Ooh, yep. Okay. And then we can start putting the card together. So let's see. I like the blue. Let's see how they look on the blue. I need some ground. We know that. So that part is not. I'll use this for the time being. So we need some ground. And And then we have our little mug with his little accoutrement. Okay, and then our little marshmallows, which we're not 100% married to, but that's okay. We're going to put those up there and just see what it's about. And then do my little truffle, my little marshmallow, mug. You got to get in here. Maybe, yeah, maybe you might be a little far over. We might need you to be a little farther over. So then that, and we'll do maybe our little candy cane here. How are we feeling about that? I'm not 100% sure. Little marshmallows. Throw those bad boys down there. Just a little. I don't mind the blue. I don't think we should do the countertop white because we have so many other white elements. I do think we should do something else. Maybe a, what are you? Black is too much. Okay, how about, what is this, gray? That gray might be okay. And then like this. Maybe our little truffles over there. How far down can I scoot this? Okay, and then put this little guy behind there maybe. And then do a little candy cane and some marshmallows. I think that's pretty cute. Yeah, I think we can go with that. Okay. So let me trim this. Probably just need maybe like 1.5 inches. So we have enough room for our little guys to go. Okay, cup, whipped cream here, little candy cane. Laura, you had to dip it in caramel. I don't blame you, girl. Delicious. I used to give my mama such a hard time because she would always buy that for the kids, the little caramel dip. I'm like, you're killing me, Mom. You're killing me. But now I'm glad they have those memories. Okay. So just do, maybe just kind of spread them out like that. Or maybe we'll just do this and the candy cane and we'll put all the marshmallows on the bottom. And we'll sprinkle in the marshmallows. I think that's a better fit. Okay. So, tweezers, tweezers, there they are. I'm going to do this part first. Okay. We got our little whipped cream hair on. I totally love this. This is so cute. All right. And then I should be able to glue that little guy onto there. Okay. Let's get this down. I may have to put on the sentiment later. Okay, there we go. And we'll do the glue up there and there. Oh, yeah, I'm not ready for Christmas either, Caitlin. I'm not ready. I'm barely ready for Halloween. Like, let's be real here. I am who I am. All right. So he is adorable. I am a big fan of his. All right. So maybe, do I want to switch it up and do a little, this looks bigger. So for some reason, I feel like it should be in the back. And then the little chalk. Yeah, I like that better. Okay. So this one back here, pretty much even with the, hi, Linda. Okay. And then this. We could pop this up, but I'm not going to. Okay, there we go. And then before we do this part, I'm going to put some little ground underneath them so that they do not appear to be floating. No floating elements in our card. This is a C7. And this other leg over here should also have some shadow. Okay. I'm trying not to get the side of my little mushroom, my little marshmallow there. Okay. And all right, that's as far as I'm going to go for now. Oh, we got a little, I need you to focus. Okay. Coffee. Okay. So let's do this little candy cane there. But I do want to do some marshmallows like behind. So I'm going to hold that there just so I can. I want to tuck one back there. Yeah, that's cute. Okay. So I am going to use, if I can find it. Here it is. Oh no, I'm dropping stuff. Debbie, I did say Dawn did a live recently. She did it in her Facebook group. That's where she does her lives at. I think actually that group is still named for W+9 Creativity or something. Oh, Nana, you're so kind. Thank you so much. I'm so glad that I've taught you things with your scene cards. I love scene cards. I've loved them ever since I started card making. I won my first craft challenge ever with a scene card. It was actually a card that I made for my nephew, and his theme was the Wild West, so it was a little cowboy card. Okay, do we like that? No, up a little higher, I think, like that. Yeah. Okay, so now because this is up a little higher, oh, Brandon's back. You tricking us. Okay, so this is touching here, but see how this is not touching, but it would still have a little bit of a shadow. So we're going to add that in at that angle, and it's going to help give us some dimension. And then this part will touch here and blend that out. Ooh, I need to refill my C5. Well, hopefully we can limp it along until the end of this. because we're nearly done. Okay. Yeah, it's the Argyle cover plate, which I did have to giggle when I saw, because Argyle was a thing in my life for a long time when I was younger. A lot of Argyle. Okay. And then we'll do 2 little ones over here that are just hanging out. I love the way this is coming together. This is so cute. Okay. We got our little, like, who wouldn't want to drink this little hot, what are we calling it? A little hot chocolate, peppermint hot chocolate, and have your little truffle candy and your chocolate covered marshmallow? Stop it. I'm ready to go find some at the store right now. I'm already ready to do it. Okay. And then this one. And we're just limping this 5 along. Do as I say, not as I do. This is not a good way to treat your markers. You don't want to just rub them like that. Okay, and now that everything is down, we can move to the 3 to really kind of blend everything together. And remember, when you're putting it down, it's always darker when you first put it down because of the moisture. Once it evaporates, it won't be as dark. C1. Just get all that back in there. Blend that out. Okay. Adorable. All right. So we're very quickly going to add our shimmer, because I said I was going to do an hour, and now I'm almost at an hour and a half. All right. So we're doing our clear shimmers. Why wouldn't we have a glitter handle? I mean, honestly. Okay. Okay. So cute, so cute. Where are my, there they are. Oh, I'm reaching. My stickles on my candy cane. This is why I said I was not overly worried about blending those, because I knew that I would be adding glitter to them. And maybe just on the opposite side of the, like where the highlight is for the marshmallows, put it on there. And then I'm going to do the lightest part here and here. Because he wants a glittery bow tie. Why wouldn't he want that? Why wouldn't he want that? And then I love glossy accents. This is Dawn's kryptonite. She struggles with the glossy accents. But I think it is well worth the ad, because it really just takes it over the top with the shiny things. I'm going to do my caramel with this. Okay. And then our little white gel pen. So I'm going to give him little highlights in his eyes. Going to give our handle a little highlight. Same thing with our chocolates. Okay, I think we're good. I think he's cute. I will put a sentiment on later, because basically, well, I'm out of time. But I think it came out super cute. So let me here I am again. And here's our super cute card. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I genuinely appreciate your time. I know that it is one of your most precious commodities. I hope that you had fun. I did, and I look forward to doing this maybe more often in the future. I also will edit this down. So I will edit it down and I will try to get it posted later this evening, if not maybe tomorrow. So yeah, that's it for me. Thank you guys so much for joining me. You are the bestest for sticking it out. I hope that you learned something, and I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your week. Okay.